Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm building something that is inspired by Beaubatons, the French wizarding school that was visiting Hogwarts in fourth year, or Harry's fourth year. And I just looked at the illustration that we have of that place, and I thought I would use that as the inspiration for this build. And I decided, because it looked quite fancy and like Beaubaton itself is quite fancy, that I would just use it and turn it into a wedding lot, just because I thought that would be fun. And yeah, I have the general shape of it down, and that is honestly the only inspiration um, that Beaubaton itself gives the shape of the build. I didn't look at anything that illustrates the inside or like pretends to be the inside, because we don't actually know how it's supposed to look, because yeah, we don't have any scenes, at least not in the movie, that take place there. And so I didn't want to use that as inspiration, because I already had a vision what the inside was supposed to look like, or what needed to be there, at least for the wedding lot. Of course, there needed to be wedding things there, so a bar, for example, and yeah, I didn't want it to be like skewed towards anything. And the outside, I still wanted it to be quite fancy in a sense, so that's why I had that like manicured look going for it. And I also put down the fountain just because I thought, yeah, that would also be quite fancy in a sense, and yeah, why not? And yeah, in the front I had the two fountains, and I used the rounded um, like pieces, so it looks like a little bit nicer, I think. I used the quite simple wedding arch, and I put it in like the center, so it's really clear in the back where you're supposed to look and what the like main attraction basically is. So yeah, I did that, and I decided inside on like the wallpaper already. I just used the same wallpaper that I had outside on the inside, so it's like there's nothing in between. I think especially with the stone, I always think that does make sense. So it's just like a stone wall. There's no stucco on it or anything else, and I often think that at least makes sense. Of course, it's like totally plausible that on the outside it's stone and inside they actually did some stucco work, or even some like painting or something else. So it's unreasonable to have something else there, but I still think that if you have the same stone, it makes sense to have as well. I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself all that clearly, but yeah, um, it made sense in my mind at least. Um, at the moment, I'm doing the inside. I decided that upstairs I would do mostly couches, but also the bar. So it's like a relaxing area. I also decided that downstairs would be the dining area. So I put down tables, mostly round ones, but also two larger ones, the ones that are originally CC, and but yeah, in the end I managed to um, fit it quite nicely. So there's different kinds of tables everywhere. So two of them are tables with 3 chairs, and then two with 4 chairs, and 4 with 2 chairs. And I decided to have a little bit of a contrast, to use quite dark flooring, because all the wallpaper and stone is quite bright, and I wanted it to be like a clear contrast. I thought that looked quite nice then. And now I'm just doing some plants there on the tables and in between, so it looks nice. And then I moved outside again, because inside I'm almost finished. I'm not even sure if I'm going back inside later. We'll see. But yeah, I still needed to do the actual wedding area, so I put down some benches, I angled them a little bit, and then I also put down some bushes, and I decided that I would do a little bit of a fountain area to frame the wedding part, and I also separated it a little bit in the back area with some more of those bush fences, green fences, I'm not sure how else to call them. And I decided that I would still have an outside dining area and an outside bar area, and I used the same tables as inside for the outside dining area, and also the same bar, just the 4-tile white one, not the 2-tile white one. And in the front of the front of the build, I put down chess tables and just some benches to sit at. So there's more areas to do something, basically. And then I did some landscaping, and I used the low-lying wildflowers and also the purple ones. I thought it looked quite nice with the fence that I had. I really wanted to use the fence with the flowers on them. There is a plain one, but I just wanted to use the ones with the flowers because I thought that it would look a little bit nicer, it fit the theme better. But of course the flowers are purple and there's no other swatch, so that meant that the other flowers or landscaping that I used would need to complement that. So that's why I used those purple flowers as well. And then I did some terrain paint underneath the landscaping and the fences, so it matched a little bit better, and it just gives a little bit of a detail, which is quite nice. And then I did some fountains in the back, so there's actually like water just moving around, which is quite nice. And then I went back inside because I did some decoration. I just moved through the decorations tab and put down stuff when I saw something that I thought would look nice. I just wanted to fill spaces where there wasn't anything there. I also put down curtains. I hadn't put them down yet. I often put them down like last, or at least one of the last things that I'm doing, just because I know that I'm always going to go through the decorations tab, and that is part of that, so I knew that it would be alright in the end, and I wouldn't forget them. And the last thing is the chimney and also some trees. And then I was finished. Now you can see some screenshots of the build. I hope you like it. You can download it from the gallery. My ID is TGGSims, same as my YouTube channel name. I also hope that you liked the video and will consider pressing the thumbs up button and subscribing. Thanks very much for watching and have a great week. Bye!